What's up? So with this exercise, the point is for us as cyclists to really start to feel our glutes. A lot of us tend to be super quad dominant. And so we're not really gonna focus on adding weight here, rather focus on getting really good reps and really feeling it in our glutes. Okay, so grab yourself a bench and then set up so that you're gonna lift yourself up and hit underneath your shoulder blades. So you don't wanna be on your shoulder blades, but above them. And then bring your foot in pretty close so that when you lift up, your shin should be vertical, okay? And then you're gonna come up and really squeeze the glute and make sure you're not arching your upper back, but rather think about bringing your belly button up towards your chin. Okay, so come down, squeeze that glute. And my arms are out here, but I'm not resting on my elbows. Other side. All right, now that we have warmed up our glutes, we're gonna get to work on our quads. This is the Cyclist front squat. Really like this exercise. It does a great job of strengthening our quads, but then also really engaging our core. I actually find that my core is pretty tired after doing this exercise. So you're gonna want a plate to get your heels up onto, and then you'll use a kettlebell in the goblet position here. And your feet are close together, and then you're squatting down, and your knees might extend over your toes a little bit, and that's okay. Just be careful if you have pain, then obviously don't work through that pain. But for most people, they can get into this position, and it's quite comfortable. And then you're coming up. All right, so I'm really working to stabilize my core, and that gives me a really good quad burn. I think you guys are gonna really enjoy that one. Next we have B stance kettlebell deadlifts. And the reason I want you doing the B stance is in the past we've worked on the single leg deadlift. And what I've noticed working with my clients in my classes is a lot of people really struggle to maintain good posture without getting kind of all wonky when they're doing single leg work. And if we're still struggling with our stability, it's hard to really get stronger because we can't go up in weight, and we might be kind of using bad or poor recruitment patterns in terms of what muscles we're using. So with the B stance, what we do is we isolate one leg, but we use our other leg essentially as a kickstand so that we're super stable and strong. So you're gonna have a weight in each hand, and then in this position, I'm gonna be focusing on my left hamstring, but my right leg is back to just keep me really stable. Okay, so then my hips are shooting back, and I'm coming down until I feel a good stretch in my hamstring, and then coming up. I'm keeping my core really stable. And about 90 to 95% of my weight is on my left leg, my standing leg. And this leg is really just here for balance and support. And anytime you're doing hamstring work, make sure you give yourself a really good warm up. The banded good mornings that we've done, those are a great warm up, along with like some leg kicks or leg swings. Whew, like that. For upper body pressing work, we're gonna be doing bench press. And I'm feeling super psyched on the bench press right now because I just got a PR this morning. So I think that you guys are gonna be super psyched benching this month as well. Couple things in terms of setup. The setup is actually really important for this exercise. And that's one of the things that really helped me kind of push the weight, was dialing in my setup. So what you want to think about is creating a lot of tension in your T-spine, so the upper part of your back. And what I like to do is get my feet set and then lay back on the bench and push my body forward a little bit to create that arch and that tension in my upper back. So I'm gonna put my feet down and then push my body. Okay, so I'm getting a good arch here, and my feet are really strong. So if I'm gonna push in on my legs, I'm not just gonna collapse in here. Okay, and then I'm getting up onto my shoulder blades, so onto my scapula, and thinking about really lifting my chest up to the bar. So then I'm generating all this tension, really thinking about lifting my chest, moving through a full range of motion. And I want to make sure that my elbows aren't too far in or too far out, okay? So having just a slight bend from the shoulder coming out so that you're really stable. And there you have it. Let me know if you have any questions on that. Otherwise, get out there and crush the bench. So we've been doing lots of different chin-up work over the past couple months. So this month, we're gonna work on our strict chin-ups. A couple things to think about here are, I really want you to emphasize form. Okay, so I'd way rather that you only get 1 or 2 strict chin-ups, but that they're super tight, super solid, rather than knocking out 4 or 5 chin-ups and maybe kind of having to wiggle or jump your way up. All right, so what we're really working on here are lats, and then also biceps and forearm strength. So I want you to start from a complete hang. Engage those lats. Think about pulling the bar to your chest, and then come all the way down. You want to keep your core nice and tight, okay? Sometimes I will actually think about stiffening up my whole body, and that makes the movement easier because you don't have wasted energy leaving through limbs that are kind of flopping around. A great modifier, if you're not at a strict chin-up yet, is to loop a band around the bar and then put one leg in here. So then again, you're gonna come all the way down, up, keeping everything nice and tight. All right, those are your chin-ups. All right, so for our core work today, we are going to be doing half kneeling, banded anti-rotation, and paddle press. Now this whole day is pretty core focused. So once we get down and we're actually focusing on our core, you might find that you're pretty fatigued. And so just, do your best, stay nice and strong. If you need to cut down on the sets or the reps, do so, okay? So for the half kneeling anti-rotation, set yourself up like this. So this leg is gonna help you be super stable. Okay, and then you're grabbing the band and rotating. And you're driving through this hip, keeping your arms straight. And then fighting that rotation on the way back and being nice and explosive on the way out. Okay, so after you've done those reps, then you're gonna go straight into the Pavlov press. And this is where you'll really start to feel these muscles fatigue. And what you're doing is fighting the pull of the band to go back. Okay, so you want to be actively bracing your core here and pressing straight out away from you. Then to just finish it off, what I'm going to have you do is the dead bug. So you're going to go ahead and lay on your back. Limbs come up. And then one leg goes down and the opposite arm goes down. And you're working really hard to press your belly button down through the ground here. So if you were to do this exercise at the beginning of your workout, you might not feel it that much, or you'd feel like you could rep out 100 reps. But at the end of the exercise, or the end of the workout, after all the core work we've been doing, it's gonna feel a lot harder, and it's gonna be a nice way to just finish off that workout, send you home feeling really good and strong, and like you've worked your body.